show us your glory, Lord. Show us your glory. Show us your power. Show us your glory, Lord. Show us your glory.
You're my
You're altogether lovely, altogether worthy, altogether wonderful to me. You're altogether lovely, altogether worthy, altogether wonderful to me.
Boy, what a great job. I'm so proud to have these guys. They work hard doing this. And they have to set this stage up every Sunday. We're moving stuff around. We got something special coming up right now. So, if I told you you were going up on stage today, please come forward. Don't make me call you by name. Here, we'll do it like this. That way I can talk to them over here. Come on up, ladies. It's a beautiful Mother's Day today. How many of y'all have a mother? Well, I mean, okay, how many of y'all have had a mother? Let's put it that way. Everybody? Everybody? So we're kind of, you know, everybody's on the same footing here, right? Everybody's had a mother, knows what mothers are, right? All right. I called these women up here because I want to see just how good they can sing and dance. Yeah, look, you guys match. You're Twinkies. Woo-hoo. See how, just go ahead and have a seat. I'll ask you one at a time if you will stand up and dance. No? Why not? Because, man, there's a lot of people here. How's it feel to be on stage? Okay, you guys have a mic there, so you can talk in your mics. Yeah, you guys share with Mom, okay? Yeah, you guys share with Mom. Just wanted to come up here and ask you guys some questions and just kind of do an informal Mother's Day deal. Everybody talk in your mics, make sure everybody can hear you.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Oh, there we go. Can everybody hear him? Y'all can hear him well? Okay, okay. So, I want to ask you guys some questions. I want you guys to be very honest in your answers, okay? Very honest in your answers. This is Mother's Day questions. This is you're answering for all the mothers out there today, right? Good deal. Okay. So, first of all, first question. Which one of your kids are your favorites? I'm just teasing that. I wanted Mom to answer that one. She's just like, I don't know. I'm not going to answer that. Okay. Seriously. What we'll do is we'll start with Whitney and go down, and the next question we'll start with Renee and go down. So, let's start at the beginning. Let's go all the way back to becoming a mom. Okay, transport yourself back to that delivery room. I mean, minus the pain. Don't worry about the pain. We ain't worried about the pain today. And I want to ask you a question. Was your husband helpful during your labor? And if so, or if not, is there a story? Is there any kind of story involved with that? Summer's laughing. So I can just imagine Nikki up there. Get the calf pullers. We're ready. So, Whitney, was your husband helpful or not helpful?
He was there.
He was there. That's a plus. That's a plus.
And for everybody that knows him, he always has words, and he did not have words during either one of them. He was quiet during both births, was taking instruction very well from other people. As you know, sometimes he doesn't do that either. But
Didn't pass out or anything?
oh no, he
Okay.
didn't. He didn't pass out. The doctor had to move him from his view at one point because
Good job, Cole. Good job. Okay, Mom.
Okay, when Rex was born, Dale was in Texas. He wasn't even here. He was in Brownville, Texas, I believe it was. And an older gentleman and never been married. He was like in his probably late 60s at the time. Him and his foster mother drove me to the hospital. He was like 90 years old. So they took me to the hospital that night, and Dale didn't get home till like 24 hours later. The hospital kept saying, name this child, name this child. I said, I can't name him until my husband gets here. So he finally made it home. We got Frank's name. But back then, nobody could come in the room with you hardly. I mean, they couldn't stay with you the whole time. You know, they put you in the room and let you there by yourself. But Dale was good there for the other two, but not for Rex.
The funny thing about that story is you just had to know these people. We lived about 10 miles outside of Siloam on a dirt road, and he drove them really fancy Oldsmobile cars. They never got over 5 miles an hour. I mean, just putted along the dirt roads, you know. It was said every time Mom had a little pain, said Ken would gas it just a little bit more. So by the time they got to the highway, they were running about 80. So love that story. I miss them people, but. Yeah, that's why back in the day all the men stood out in the waiting room smoking cigarettes waiting, you know, and all that. So okay, cool. Summer.
Nikki was there. He didn't say anything. Just stood there, except when Gracie was born, he tried to get out of the room and told the nurse that he was going to go get a come along, and she told him to set his butt
Told
back
you,
down
cat
in the
pullers,
chair.
right?
So he was there.
Ms. Renee. There you go. You got to keep him Razorbacks number one, right? Yeah, there you go. Cool deal. So, Renee, we'll start with you. Okay. What is your funniest moment as a mom? I mean, is there something that really just sticks out that one of your kids did, or just, you know, that just everybody just had to laugh?
We were living in Van Buren at the time, and we were out playing. Dad was watching, of course, which was. And I come out, and they had been playing in the mud puddle, and were covered in mud, but then they also had those wash-off crayons, and they were covered in mud and all different types of color. We couldn't tell who was who between Trey and Jessica.
Summer. With Gracie, there's got to be a funny one. I mean, there has to be.
I don't know that it's funny, but Gracie and we had to go to school. This is kind of funny and embarrassing on my part. There was a little boy in their class. They were coloring a dairy cow, and one of the teachers posted this on Facebook. Is how I found out, but he was asking what the udders were, and the teacher said, "Well, those are udders, and that's how we get milk from a cow, because this is their lesson." And she said, "Well, at my house, we just call them teeth." So that's really embarrassing. Funny.
Mom. Oh, you have a couple. She's probably got tons.
I have a couple of the boys. First, Justin was little, and back then they'd go to the store and they'd just run around, and you didn't watch the kids like nowadays. So I was in there shopping, looked around, Justin was gone, and we couldn't, I think it was Kmart or something in Fayetteville, and we looked everywhere, couldn't find him. Went outside, he had walked outside of Kmart and Gibson or some of the stores. He had a cowboy hat on that he had taken out of the store, standing out in the front store going to the bathroom. And then another time, when Dale was a deputy, Rex took his handcuffs to school, and they got taken away from him, and the superintendent locked the handcuffs on him. They had to have the police come up there and undo the handcuffs from the superintendent.
Yeah, the superintendent locked them on himself, not me. I didn't
Yeah.
get locked up, so.
So that was pretty funny.
Every day seems there's something that happens funny with both of them. One thing that's really standing out is when Cooper was little and we was at Aldi doing our grocery shopping, and there you check out and you package your own groceries. Well, over on the wall was the fire alarm, and Cooper had asked for a quarter, and I was too busy putting my stuff. He was, I don't know, 3 maybe, putting my stuff in the cart, so I handed him a quarter, and he goes over there and puts the quarter in the fire alarm, just not in the slot, just in there, and pulls it. So, of course, immediately the lights and the sirens and everything goes off, and I turn around and look, and it's my kid. And he's standing there with this look, and he turns around trying to shove the handle back up into the wall. Well, apparently you need a key. So then the fire department had to come, and I had to claim him as mine. It was really funny afterwards. He got to sit in the fire truck, but at the time he was pretty scared.
Okay, so we had the funniest moment. What about the scariest moment as a mother? Scary? Have you had a scary moment? This is like, oh my goodness, kind of thing. I'm sure you have. You had to.
Probably my scariest was when Cato was born, 2.5 months early, and came very quickly, and it all just happened so fast that I didn't get a chance to process. They had him whisked away in a helicopter before I knew what was happening, and they didn't really tell us much other than he's going to Tulsa, and that was it. I mean, that was the not knowing was probably the scariest thing I can remember.
The only thing I can think of is when Justin rode bulls and bareback horses. I was always a nervous wreck. I'd be videoing, and all of a sudden there wasn't nothing to video except the ground because I was watching to make sure he didn't get hurt. That's probably the scariest I've always been when he was riding those bulls and horses.
Again with Gracie. Yeah, Springdale at the rodeo, her pony took off with her during the fireworks, and Denver was in a stroller, and Nikki was on horseback, and I didn't know if I should chase her or leave him there with all the horses in his stroller. And then she's also wandered off from me in Marshalls before. Just that heart drop feeling of not knowing where she was.
For me, it was probably, Rich and I always had an agreement when we were both traveling that one of us would be in state with our kids. And the one time we were both out of state, and I was in Philadelphia during Snowmageddon where they got 21 inches. I couldn't get out. Never missed a child's basketball game with Jessica. And I get a call saying she's down on the floor and they don't know what's happened. And she blew out her ACL. So we were both out of state. Unfortunately, it's one of those hopeless feelings where you're really thankful for your church family that could step around quickly.
Amen. There's a plug for church, guys. That's why you go to church. Yeah. Have that family. Okay, speaking of church, is there one moment from church with your kids that actually sticks out? Is there something that's happened at church, an accident, or just anything that absolutely sticks out with one of your children? One of your children. And anybody can answer this. You don't have to go in order. Just whoever has one first. Don't let me down here. You have tons of them, Mom. I mean, come on. I almost died several times at church.
Well, there were several of them. But one night he always chewed on straws. We were at Nicodemus Church for a party of some kind, and he stuck the straw down his throat. So we had to go to the emergency room, and because there was a big hole in the back of his throat. So
Yeah,
Rex was always getting in trouble.
Ran into a barbed wire fence one night, played hide and seek out there. Was at a church event. Yeah, yeah. Come out, split my face all open. That was fun.
This wasn't really an accident because I caused it, but back when we were at my parents' church one Sunday, Cooper again was small, 2 or 3, and we were downstairs having a potluck, and I had told him several times to stop running. And there was that outdoor carpet on the floor down there, so it's pretty rough. And he would continue run, and I'd stop him a couple times. So about the third time, I seen him come around the corner of the table, and I just stuck my foot out and tripped him. And he did, I don't know how many somersaults he did, and his face went across that outdoor carpet and scraped it all up. And everybody just looked at me like they couldn't believe what I had just done. And I said, I told you twice. I mean, stop. And he did not run anymore after that in the basement. But
I'm seeing a deal here. We need to really be praying for Cooper and Gracie. Okay, everybody pray for Cooper and Gracie as we go forward.
Well, at church, Gracie, again, she was about 18 months, and I still do. I carry a wooden spoon with me. And she was acting up in church and wouldn't listen. And so I said to her, "Well, Father, we're going to go to the bathroom, and I'm going to give you a swat with this wooden spoon." And so, of course, one more time. And so I grabbed my wooden spoon and picked her up, and so she starts screaming during the sermon, saying, "Don't spank me with the wooden spoon!"
When the kids were growing up, they were in church all the time. So Sunday nights, typically they fall asleep. Back there, I have 3 that are just stretched out 24 here in between us, and they all start snoring.
So, real quick, has being a mother, has it been easier or harder than you ever thought it would be? And if if you have an explanation, that's fine. But I mean, has it been, more, pleasurable or more, I mean, what? Because everybody kind of has expectations, right? I mean, new mothers have expectations. I'm gonna, be the greatest mother ever. I'm gonna win all those awards, and I mean, has it been, especially like Mom and Renee, you guys have been mothers for a while, and then, you're just starting. So I mean, kind of where are you at? I mean, was it harder than you thought, or was it easier?
It's been harder than I thought it would be, but it's rewarding also when the light bulb goes off and they understand. It's rewarding.
Being a mother was great. Being a grandma was even greater, and being a great grandma is even the greatest.
it's been what I thought was hard has not been hard, and what I thought was not going to be hard has been the hardest thing. I thought, when I was younger and had him, Cooper, my first one, because I wasn't young, I was 28, but, I thought, how am I going to keep this person alive? And that was my main worry, is I'm responsible for another person's life. And I remember then my mom told me, and I will never forget these words out of her mouth, was, "It is not about you anymore." And that has stuck with me. But the part that I thought was hard, keeping him alive, as I've grown, is not, that's the easy part. Even with all the accidents or whatever, that's the easy
Even
part.
tripping and
Even
everything, I mean,
tripping him or, whatever. The hard part is I worry every single day about, am I teaching them? Am I leading them the way that they need to be going? And not about their actual physical safety. So, like I said, what I thought was going to be hard is a breeze, and the part I didn't even think about, that's hard.
Well, ladies, thank you so much. I've got some gift cards for you for playing our game.
Thank you.
Everybody give them a round of applause. They did great. They did great. They had no idea just right before church that they were coming on stage, and so, yeah, awesome. Don't worry, fathers. We're going to do the same thing to you on Father's Day. That's coming up. So, yeah. Hold on just a second. Test 1, 2, okay. Turn them off so we don't have no back feet. But Mother's Day, being a parent, lots of yous out there are parents, and I'm kind of going at this a little different direction today. And, you know, we could get up here and talk about great mothers of the Bible and all of that kind of stuff, the Proverbs 31 woman and that kind of thing. But I thought, you know, I'm going to go a little different direction today. And, you know, I got to thinking about parenting, and I got to thinking about all the things we as parents say. Because we say things like, do you want a spanking? This is going to hurt me more than it hurts you. How many of y'all said that? Yeah. Do you want a timeout? Well, see, when I was a kid, there never was a timeout. There was, do you want to die or do you want to live? That's kind of how it was. There wasn't a timeout. It was that kind of deal. You don't want me to pull this car over, right? How many of y'all have heard that? Don't want to pull this car over. Yeah, my dad threw my brother out of a car one time going down the highway. He didn't mean to, but it was pretty funny. You know, I told you to finish your homework, clean up your room, turn that music down, turn the TV down. What are you watching? What are you listening to? If everybody else jumped off of a cliff, would you do it too? You know, and of course, most of us kids like, yeah, I guess, if I, you know, right? Because I said so, you're grounded. I mean, we hear all of these different things. When are you going to grow up, right? That's a big one. I'm almost 50 and I haven't grown up yet. Just wait until you have kids, and I hope they turn out just like you. If you keep that face like that, it's going to freeze like that. You're going to be like that the rest of your life. How many of y'all heard that? I heard that all the time because I was always making funny faces. And I always loved this one. Oh, just wait till your daddy gets home, right? Just wait till your daddy gets home. Parenting is fun, isn't it? I mean, it's one of those deals that if some of you have used those phrases this week probably. If you used all those phrases this week, we need to call for an intervention, okay? So give me a call. We'll have an intervention, maybe do an exorcism or something, because something's going wrong if you're using every one of those every week. So, you know, but parenting is rough. Parenting's fun. And, you know, you love those little statements that you make. We've all heard them as we were growing up. You know, my grandma used to be like, go out there and cut your own switch, boy. You know, I remember that, having to go out to my grandma's front yard and break off a switch. I did not like that. That was not no fun. And she was just a great, beautiful woman. But, you know, it's an acquired skill. Parenting is not something that, you know, you just is taught to you, really. I mean, it's something that you have to kind of learn. Lesson of hard knocks, right? How many of y'all, right? I mean, you know, that's the way it is. It's the lesson of hard knocks. You just kind of got to go through life and figure it out. And I ran across this little story, and I thought this was hilarious because there was 3 guys in a waiting room, and all of their wives were in there, and they were having babies. And the first nurse comes out and finds the first man, and looks at him and says, "Hey, you know, this is exciting." I guess this was back in like Mom's Day when the men stayed out in the waiting room. But she said, "This is exciting." She said, "Your wife just had twins." And he said, "Oh my goodness, that is so cool. I work for the Minnesota Twins organization, and that is so awesome, you know." And well, the next nurse comes out and looks at the next guy and says, "Man, your wife had triplets." And that guy looked at her and said, "Wow. That's amazing because I work for the 3M company. That is so cool." And all of a sudden, the third guy just passed out on the floor. Doctor's like, "What in the world?" They finally got him roused up and said, "What's going on?" He said, "Man, I work for the 7-Up bottling company." But that's kind of how it is, isn't it, man? I mean, unexpected stuff, unexpected things with your kids. And, you know, there's all kinds of just things that happen, that unexpected things, right? Well, today I wanted to go a different direction with this, okay? I know it's Mother's Day, but today I am going to talk to the fathers. Yeah, we're going to do this a little bit different. And I want you to know, as I'm doing this sermon last night, oh man, did I get convicted. So, anyway, I was perusing around on the old interweb and I come across this article that talked about the things that mothers wish fathers knew. And I'm like, that's kind of interesting. And so I thought, I'm going to do that this morning. We're going to go through and we're going to talk about just some of these things that mothers wish that their husbands or their fathers, the fathers of their kids, actually knew. And some of the, we got scripture to back up some of this stuff. Some of it's not. Some of it's just freebie stuff. So this isn't just a typical sermon, but I want you to just kind of hear some of these things, fathers. And I want you to start examining your life and find out if this is what you are when you're at home. And so I want you, because mothers, I'm doing this for you. This is my gift to you so that you can go home and be like, well, the pastor said, right? It's kind of what this is for. This is my Mother's Day gift to you, okay? Don't look at me so weird there, honey. Yeah, she comes on and says, well, you said, and you're the pastor, so you have to do it, right? Yeah, so anyway. The first thing, moms want you to come home from work and talk to them. Okay? Husbands, fathers. They want you to come home from work and they want you to actually conversate with them. And I want you to understand, this may not be for every woman out there, because some women don't like to conversate a whole lot, but I want to go back to this because I think it's biblical that we talk to each other. I think it's biblical that we speak to each other as spouses and as mothers and fathers, and I think it's something that has gotten lost over the years, especially when you look at the fact that nobody eats at the supper table anymore, right? We all eat in the living room, around the TV, and yeah, we've changed times. Times have changed. Back in the day, everybody gathered around the supper table for nightly supper, and you could talk and have that conversation. But one of the things that women most talked about was they would just love to have an adult conversation with their husbands. So, 1 Peter 3:7 says, likewise, husbands, live with your wives in an understanding way. Understand them. Get to know them. Talk to them. Know how their day went. Showing honor to the woman as the weaker vessel, since they are heirs with you of the grace of life. And this is one right here. So that your prayers may not be hindered. I talked about this a while back at the men's group deal. That you should treat your wives great. And you should treat your wives with respect. And you should get to know your wives. You should treat them with understanding. You should understand what they're going through. A lot of us are very guilty. I want you to know I'm preaching to myself here. Of coming home, finding the recliner, finding the remote, and staying there the rest of the night, right? It's what we are. I want you to understand, if your wife is a stay-at-home mom, I want you to think about what she's been through all day. She has been around kids all day long. She may want some of that adult conversation. She may want to be able to talk to somebody about adult things and not just, what Dora the Explorer, that kind of dates me. I don't know what the new things is now, but, what they were saying on TV. They want to have that conversation. You need to just take some time, you and your wife, figure it out. Maybe it's 10 minutes. Maybe it's just 5 minutes. I don't know. Maybe it's 15 minutes. But you need to make this point to start spending time, visiting with each other, finding out how each other's day went. How was your day? How was your day at work? How was your day at home with the kids? Maybe your wife works. Maybe you both need to know, just how the day went. Because I'm going to tell you this, if you start having these conversations with your wife, with your spouse, if you start having this conversation, then the next thing you know, you start knowing each other. You start understanding each other. you know, and whenever you can start talking about things and start opening up about things, that's when communication really starts flowing. And that's one of the things that a lot of relationships nowadays are missing is the communication. There is no communication. We send everything in texts and short little bits and all of this, and we lose the communication with each other. The kids need to know that you need this time. You need to take that time and you say, okay, kids, this is me and mom's time. We're going to sit on the couch. We're going to sit at the table, wherever it is you decide to sit. We're going to speak right now. We're going to communicate. We're going to talk. We're going to have a little time together. And they need to respect that. Go send them to their room to clean the room. Every kid's room needs cleaned, right? I mean, just think. You'll start that communication, plus you'll start having rooms that are clean. So take this time and get in touch with your spouse. Talk to your spouse, okay? Don't talk about so much the kids. Talk about the things in the world that are going on with you and your spouse. So start communicating. Secondly, moms want you to spend spare time with the kids, okay? We as husbands are really bad about having our hobbies, about having our things, about having the things that we want to do, i.e. sports, golf, rodeo, roping, baseball, softball, whatever it is, hunting, fishing, you name it. Us fathers, we have a spare time thing that we do, right? And we want to do that. Sometimes maybe our moms need the same thing, and you need to respect that. But moms, according to this article, they want you to spend more of your spare time with the kids. In other words, find ways to do things with the kids. And some of you guys may be knocking this one out of the park. I don't know. That's between you and your spouse and kids. Some of you may need a reminder that, hey, these are your kids too. I know I did. And I was really guilty and have been guilty most of my adult life of spending way too much time working, being on the road all the time. I missed a lot of my kids growing up, and I hate that. I wish I could go back and change that, but sometimes it is what it is. But take that time, find that spare time that you can spend with your kids, because the moms want you to do that. They want you to take time to go outside, and you don't have to do something that costs money. You don't have to go to Chuck E. Cheese every time that you got your kids. You go outside, throw a baseball, throw a football, go fishing, go do something like that together. See, you can take those two hobbies and put them together and take your kids and enjoy it. But there's a lot of things that you need to do with your kids. And, as I said a while ago, don't come in and just sit down and start vegging out on the recliner and ignore everybody else, because I know I've been very guilty of that in my life. And so that's something we need to really pay attention to. But I want to go a step further, because sometimes moms just need this time for themselves, especially stay-at-home moms, right? Stay-at-home moms, they've been around these kids all day, all night. Sometimes they don't even get a break. I know my wife, she rarely got a break when our kids were younger. And so, I'm speaking in experience to this. Don't do like I did and miss out on those opportunities. But one of the other things that you should do as a father, while you're spending this time playing and everything is great, you should also spend this time teaching them the Word of God, teaching them the love of God, teaching them what goes on and about God's kingdom. That is what you should be doing. You should be leading your families this way. Deuteronomy 6 says, these words that I give you today are to be on your heart. Repeat them to your children. You should be repeating the Word of God to your children. They should see God through you. Talk about them when you sit in your house and when you walk along the road, when you lie down and when you get up. So basically all day long, you should be talking to your kids about God. You should be giving them the Word. You should be showing Christ through you. That is what fathers should be doing. So I know that moms want this, and I know there's a lot of moms out there that, they really work hard trying to get to church, and they're singing, when they come to church, it seems like they're single moms. I mean, that's one of the things, because it's really hard to get dads to come to church, right? And one of the reasons is because, man, we've kind of sissified church, right? We haven't made it a place for fathers. We've made it a place for mothers. We go in and decorate everything in flowers and frilly stuff and make it all, real pretty and everything. I'm thinking, man, we need to just go hang a deer head in the church. That's what I'm kind of thinking. Get them fathers here. Find a way to have the fathers come to church. But I'm here to tell you today, if you're a mom and you're coming to church and you keep bringing those kids to church and the father doesn't want to have anything to do with that, you keep doing what it is that you're doing. Okay? Don't give up. You pray for your husband. You pray for the father, your kids. You pray that they come around and that they finally understand that it's time to put God first in their lives, because I'm telling you, prayer will change a lot. So fathers, spend your spare time with your kids. Next, moms want you to pay attention to the details of your kids. To the details of your kids. You should know if your kid needs a new car seat because they outgrown the one that they're in. You should know if your kid needs some shoes or new clothes. You should know your birthdays of your kids. I'm bad about that. I hate dates. I miss dates all the time. But you should know what's going on in your kids' lives. You should know the details. And like I said, when I was coming up with this last night, I was sitting there thinking, I have missed a lot of stuff at school because I had no idea what was going on at school. And I told and I go to my wife and say, well, I didn't know about that. She said, it's on the refrigerator. It's always on the refrigerator. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't ever read the refrigerator, right? Fathers, you should step up and you should start investing time into your kids, learning the things that they're doing, learning the things that's going on in their lives. Find out the little details. Find out the friends that they're hanging around. Find out the things that's going on in their lives. Figure out what your kids are up to. Because nowadays, it seems like it's really easy just to take kids and stick a phone in front of them and, well, that'll take care of them for a while, That'll babysit them for a while. I don't have to worry about them for a while. Pay attention to what your kids are doing. Pay attention to the things that are going on. Especially if you got kids that are like teenagers or coming into their teenage years, because you need to know what kind of friends they're hanging around. You need to know what they're doing on their phones and on their cell phones. You need to pay attention to those details. Pay attention to the things that are happening in their lives. That's what you should do as a father and as a mother. Next, moms want you to help do the mom stuff. Ew, I don't want to do the mom stuff. Yeah, they want you to do the mom stuff. It's amazing. We as husbands and fathers, we just realize that our laundry is amazingly just done and put up, right? We just have clean clothes. Where'd that come from? We have clean dishes. We have supper fixed and bills paid and all that stuff that just magically happens, doesn't it? No, the moms are usually doing that. If you've got a husband that takes care of some of this stuff for you, you're blessed, because according to statistics, like 80% of moms do all of those things. So, dads, we need to step up a little bit. Do you know the bills of your house? Because, I got to thinking last night, maybe a few, but I probably don't realize all of them. I don't know how many times I've seen the dishes piled up in the sink. And here's the thing. I know I'm guilty of this, because, man, when you jump out there and you do them dishes, it's like, hey, did you see what I did? I took care of them dishes for you. It's like, woo, pat ourselves on the back, right? It's like, hey, look at what I did. I took care of all them dishes, and I am like Superman right now. See the S on my shirt, right? That's how we are as fathers or as dads or as husbands. We step up to the plate and it's like, boy, look at what we did. You believe that? I did that for you. It shouldn't be a surprise that we do that kind of stuff. Maybe your wife doesn't want you to do the laundry because you turn all the white stuff pink. I don't know. My wife doesn't like me to do the laundry very often. But hey, you can take the clothes out of the dryer and fold them. Right? Yeah, you can do that kind of stuff. You see dishes. I mean, especially if you have a dishwasher. How easy is it to do dishes if you have a dishwasher? I mean, come on. You know? Do some of that mom stuff. Kids have runny noses and all that. Get some Kleenex. Clean them kids up. Give them a bath every now and then if you got young ones or whatever. Step up and do the mom stuff, dads. You can do that every now and then. I'm not saying you have to do it all the time, but surprise them, especially around this Mother's Day and things like that. Find ways to do that. Find ways to make that happen. Here's the deal. Maybe you have older kids at home. Make them do it. At least mom ain't got to then, right? Take care of the mom stuff for them so they can have a break. Because all moms need breaks, right? Right. Boy, I tell you, I think y'all's asleep out there. I think everybody needs to stand up, turn around. I hope this is helping you moms out. I know there's a lot of fathers like, I ain't doing that. All I know is this is your kids too. Take initiative with them. Get off your duff and start helping. Okay? I realize that preaching this, I'm going to go home and I'm going to get in trouble. Okay? Next, according to this article, moms want you to know they want you to stand by them. In other words, don't contradict your wife in front of your kids. You know, if your wife disciplines your kids, don't go in there and say, well, I can't believe she did that. You didn't deserve that. You're a little angel, Gracie. Right? I mean, that's the way it is, right? We as fathers, we want to be the good guys. We don't want to have to dole out the punishment, do we? That's mom's deal. You let mom do it. You know, we'll be the ones come in there and be the saviors. Don't contradict your wife in front of your kids. If she gets onto your kids and does something and puts out a punishment, you stand beside it. If you guys have disagreements about something, you disagree in the confines of your bedroom or somewhere like that where the kids don't know it. Don't be contradicting each other because that's not the way it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to be that way. It takes both of you. Be kind and be respectful. Be loving towards your wife, the mother of your children. Do that. That's what you should be doing. Ecclesiastes 4:9 says, 2 are better than one because they have a good return for their labor. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up. But pity anyone who falls and has no one to help them. And that's how wives feel a lot of times, right? Because they feel like there's nobody there helping. You know? It takes both of you. It takes 2. It's better. That's scriptural. Also, if they lie down together, they can keep warm, but how can one keep warm alone? Yeah, exactly. 2 people are way better than one when it comes to child parenting and parenting stuff, but you should be both on the same page. If you have a problem with the way that your spouse is doing things, you guys need to talk about it. You need to figure it out, but you don't do it in front of the kids. Don't tear down your spouse in front of your kids. Especially you fathers, because we can be over-demanding sometimes. Mark 10:6 says, but from the beginning of creation, God made them male and female. Therefore, a man shall leave his father and mother and hold fast to his wife, and the 2 shall become one. So they are no longer 2, but one flesh. And that's what needs to happen. You need to become one. You need to be on the same mindset. You need to be on the same brain waves about things. You need to sit down and you need to come up, okay, how are we going to discipline our children? How are we going to take care of our children? You know? Okay, honey, I'm not going to make you do it all on your own. I mean, I've been guilty of that. My wife has told me that. She's told me that 100 times. She's tired of being the bad person. She's tired of me. But, you know, in our situation, I was always on the road. So when I came home, I wanted to be the good person. I didn't want to be the guy that got him in trouble because I hadn't seen him in a week. And so, you know, I see now that I was wrong in that, and we should all, as men and husbands, we should definitely take part in all of that. But on the other side of that, it shouldn't be an all-father thing either. It should be both of you. You both should be involved. Next, moms want you to understand and want you to know that they're sensitive about their looks. Oh, man. I didn't know I was coming to church today to hear a deal about this. Moms are sensitive about their looks. Their bodies change. They have actually pushed an entire other person out of their bodies. And it changes them. And moms are usually pretty sensitive about that. And you need to be aware of that, fathers. You need to pay attention to the things you say. Because one day she realizes that maybe her clothes don't fit just right, or maybe they're a little tight. Maybe she's got things sagging in places that she never thought they would be. I don't know. We all grow old. We all have things that happen. But you need to understand, fathers, you need to really lift up your wives. You need to tell them every day that they're beautiful. You need to tell them every day that you love them. They need a set of clothes. Give them the money to go buy those clothes. Do those things. I know moms are like, yeah, I can go shopping now. Some of y'all need to go shopping. I don't know, but I feel like we need to start paying attention to our wives, husbands. We need to really start putting our arms around them, not for sex. Maybe, do what we can to make them feel better about each other. Or about themselves, I'm sorry. Make them feel better about themselves. Lift them up. Let them know they're beautiful to you. But don't do it just because, you're going to just lie to them or whatever. Be sincere about it. Because I promise you this, your wife will know when you're not being sincere. They will know when you're just, oh yeah, babe, you look beautiful, whatever. They know when you're sincere, when you're not sincere. So be sincere in the compliments that you give your wife, because that's what this is about. You should be complimentary. If they're concerned about their weight, exercise with them. Find ways to help them. Give them every avenue that you can to help them in those ways. And that's what we should be doing as fathers. Next, moms want you to be good to them. They want you to be good to them. How many of you wives here, how many of you mothers want your husbands to be good to you? I shouldn't raise my hand, I'm not a mother. I only see like 3 hands. Okay, guys, you don't have to worry about it. Moms want the husbands and the fathers to be good to them. There's one thing, one of our church board members, Kirk Anderson, he pastors a church in Decatur. And I just love his relationship he has with his wife, because they've been married, I don't know, a long time, probably close to 30 years, 25, 30 years, somewhere like that. But they are constantly dating. They find a way one night a week to go do something just themselves. No kids, no nothing, date night with the wife. Husbands, we need to get back to doing that. We need to find a way to make our wives feel special. We need to start dating them. You want to know why marriages fail? Because people get complacent and they all of a sudden just, they, like I said, they go in, they sit down on the couch, they veg out, they don't pay any attention. Next thing you know, the marriage is on the rocks, and they're like, well, how did we get here? I just don't love you no more. Keep that spice of love that you had from the beginning of your relationship. You know how you do that? You take your wife out. You surprise them. And it doesn't have to be always to a high-dollar dinner. Y'all can just go walk in the park, You do something simple like that. This day and age of this coronavirus, go walk around Walmart. They'll even point you in the way to go. It's really easy. That's what you should be doing, man. Spend time with your spouse. Find a way to go on dates. Find a way to do things that you don't normally do. Moms want you to do that. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but spend time giving them a massage if they'd like a massage with no strings attached. Take time to rub their feet. Do those kind of things. They have a rough life too. Moms want you to be good to them. Moms want you to treat them like they're royalty, and that's the way you should do. You should be doing that. You should treat your spouse, you should treat your wife like they are the queen. Because you know what they say, when you have a happy wife, you have a happy life, right? Happy wife, happy life. Ephesians 5:25 says, husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her that he might sanctify her, having cleansed her by the washing of water with the word, so that he might present the church to himself in splendor, without spot or wrinkle or any such thing, that she might be holy and without blemish. In the same way, husbands, you should love your wives as your own bodies. He who loves his wife loves himself, for no one ever hated his own flesh, but nourishes and cherishes it, just as Christ did the church. You should love your wives. I mean, absolutely love your wives. Love your wives so much you're willing to give up your life. That's what Christ did. And I'm not saying just giving up your actual life like dying. I'm talking about giving up your life. The things that come before your wife. Okay? Y'all remember the whole hierarchy to this, right? What's number one? What's number one? God. Then spouse. Right. Then your children. And then everything else you can put in whatever order you want to. But here's the deal. If you get those out of whack, if you put anything before you and God, it's out of whack. If you put anything before you and your spouse, that's out of whack, other than God. God's the only thing that can go before your spouse. We need to get to that point. We need to understand that. Sometimes you may need to give up your life, your things that you enjoy doing, because your wife wants to go do something. That's what you should be doing. You should put them first in everything, except in those godly things. You should really want to bless your kid's mom. You should really want to do that. You should show them every day that you love them. Your kids should see that. Your kids should know that you love their mom. You want to do something great for your wife, the mother of your kids this week, or today for Mother's Day? You be sure that your kids know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that you love their mom. There's so much divorce. There's so much things going on right now when it comes to families splitting up. There's a lot of families that are growing up with, or a lot of kids growing up with one parent and not two. You know how to stop that? Love your spouse. Love them unconditionally, just as you did, as you agreed to whenever you got married, through thick and thin, for better or for worse. I'm telling you, that's what you need to do. You need to step up, and you need to be the spouse that God's calling you to be. Fathers, you need to be the head of your households when it comes to serving God. It's up to you to make sure that those kids know who Jesus Christ is. It's up to you to make sure that those kids lead a godly life. It's not your wife's responsibility. It's the father's responsibility. You are the head of the household. You're the spiritual head of the household. And that is your job, is to raise those kids knowing God, knowing Christ. Are you doing that today? If not, that needs to change. It's time that you take a stand for Christ. You need to let your kids know why you're doing that. You need to be like Joshua was in chapter 24 when he says, but as for me and my household, we will serve the Lord. That may mean that you have to put some things in the background, some of your hobbies, some of the things. Your kids should know that God comes first, that church comes first in all things, because that's what it should be. Moms are wanting dads to start stepping up and being those roles. Moms are wanting dads to be those leaders of the household. And that's where we're at today. And that's what you need to do. So, dads, today I want to ask you, are you ready to be the leader of your house? That doesn't mean you're the king. That doesn't mean you get to boss everybody around. That means you're going to start helping doing the dishes. You're going to start helping doing the laundry, doing the house cleaning. One that I really got convicted of is I do a lot of this. Hey, Court, come here. Hey, Court, come here. Hey, Court, come here. I'm bad about that. You can see my wife down here, she's like, you know, we should start getting up and going to our wives instead of just demanding them to come to us all the time. We should start doing that. We should start being the fathers that our mothers need. Because on this Mother's Day, I'm praying that your attitudes towards being a father will change and you will start helping your wife out with your kids. Because I tell you this, most mothers would really like that. Most mothers might think that might be the greatest Mother's Day gift that you could give them, is just to help around the house and help with the kids. Take a stand today for God. Take a stand today for Christ. Make God number one in your life. And you know, you heard me say a while ago, happy wife, happy life, right? Right? Well, it also goes like this. Happy spouse, happy house. So I want you to know, mothers, when you see your husbands doing things, acknowledge that. You don't have to run in and pat them on the back and be like, hey, yeah! You don't have to have a big festival for them or anything like that. Just simply say, thank you for helping me with that today. Thank you for helping me with that. Because I'm going to tell you something, sometimes that will go further than anything else. So it's time that mothers and fathers, you start working together. It's time that you start becoming one with each other. And you know, I know we got a lot of grandparents here, and you're like, man, I don't know why I had to hear this sermon today, because you know, you may have a child out there who is a young parent, who may need to know this stuff. You know what, grandparents? Maybe it's time to have those conversations with your kids. Maybe it's time to step up and say, hey, you know what? I see what's wrong with your family. You're not putting God first. Don't do it in a contradicting attitude, but just, you know, what worked for me and your father was that God was first in our household. I don't know, however you start the conversation. But grandparents, you all can help out in this as well. We can all be a part of this, right? So today, thank you, mothers. Thank each and every one of you. Because without you, we wouldn't be here, right? You are creators of leaders. You are creators of businessmen and women. You're creators of heroes. You birth nations, and you birth Christians, and through you, churches have been birthed. So thank you for that. I know one thing. I'm thankful for my mother. I'm so thankful for the mother that she was as I was growing up, taking us to church, learning about the Bible. Because my dad drove a truck and he was gone a lot. And so I'm thankful for that. And I'm very thankful for my wife. For her doing the same thing that my mom did. That while I was on the road and I was gone all the time, she took care of my kids. and she raised them. And so I thank them for that. And I know you're out there, and I know some of you are out there, and your mothers have gone. They've passed on. Just remember them. Remember what they did. Hug your mother today if you can. Hug your spouse, your wife today if you can. And just tell them thank you. Tell them thank you for everything that they did. Because that's what today is about. Remember that. Let's pray. Father God, thank you so much for this day. I thank you for those mothers that are here. Lord, I thank you for those that have brought their kids today, Lord, to hear your word. Lord, I thank you for the husbands and the fathers that are here as well. Lord, I ask that you just touch these people today, Father. Pray that you bless them. Pray that you put blessings upon them. Pray, Lord, that you'll just open up their hearts, open up their minds. Lord, that they will be susceptible to what your will is for them, Jesus. Lord, I just ask that you be with them as they go about their celebrations today. Father, I pray that the mothers here feel truly blessed and truly loved, and we thank you for that. Father, we just thank you for this time that we've had together, and we just give you all the glory and all the honor. And we pray these things in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. Hallelujah. So if you've got a mom out there today, love her, okay? Hug her, hold her, all of that. I need some help up here. Come help me, Eric and Cammie. How many of y'all want some free stuff? Cole, put your hand down. This is for mothers. I got 2 people who want free stuff. Really. Hey, what I'm going to ask you guys to do, okay? So I don't want anybody to run off yet. If you are willing to get out of your car, I would love for you guys, the mothers, to line up here in a little bit, not yet, so we can get a picture of all the mothers that are here today. We've done that every year, and I don't want this year to miss. If you can't get out of your car, that's fine. I understand. I'm not going to make anybody get out, but I would love for you to get up here and be in the picture. And so if you want to come and you want to stay very far away, we can put you way out here on the outside or something. But we would love to come and have a picture of all the mothers that are here today, okay? Sound good? We're going to do that after we give away some of this stuff. Okay. Huh? So what I'm going to do, I'm trying to think how I want to do this, because I want everybody to have an opportunity at the trip. How many, y'all know what we're giving away? I know everybody's ready to go on a trip, right? Are you ready to go on a trip? Yeah, get out of the house, all that stuff. We're giving away a 3-day, 2-night trip to Branson, all expenses paid as far as your tickets to the movie, you're getting the hotels paid. We're going to give you like $200 spending cash, so you'll have $200 paid for your food and stuff. We're giving you 2 tickets to the Sight and Sound Theater to go watch whatever's playing there. So we'll have you in a very nice hotel. We're not going to put you in a little dumpy hotel, I promise you. It'll be a really nice hotel. Should I give this away first so everybody's in the bucket? Yeah. I've got it. Okay, I'm going to give this big prize away first, okay? Because I want everybody to have an opportunity, and everybody's name's in the bucket right now. But then I got a bunch of gift cards to give away, okay? So we're going to give away this prize first. If you don't want to go to Branson, if you're not about going to Branson and doing that, you can take option number 2. This is kind of like let's make a deal. Door number 1 or door number 2. You can take door number 2, which is a $250 gift card to Pioneer Woman's Mercantile. I had no idea you could spend $250 at Pioneer Woman. I'm like, what in the world are you buying at Pioneer Woman? How many dishes and pots does a person need? Anyway, you get a $250 deal to the Pioneer Woman, $50 Olive Garden gift card, a $50 Cracker Barrel gift card, a mani-pedi package, and 2 tickets to the movie theater to Siloam, your choice of movie. So you can take that, or you can take the Branson trip, whichever one you want to take. So you have your choice. So here's what we're going to do. You need to draw out a name, Eric. You have nobody here that you have. Stand up. Help up here. Wait, hold on. There's shake up. Good. This is for the big prize. This is for the number one awesomely big prize. Let me see it. Oh, man. I don't know. Let's see her. Where's she at? Huh? Can't read this right. It says Mike Samuels. No, I'm just teasing. Jennifer Samuels, you got the grand prize. Everybody's sitting there like, oh, man. Which one do you want, the trip or the deal? You want the trip? Well, you know what I'm going to do? Because you guys have come out here today on a beautiful day. I'm going to give option number 2 away. How's that? So we're going to give away 2 big deals today. It's all right, Mom. Don't worry. Finances are covered. It'll all be good. We're going to give away 2 big deals, okay? Congratulations, Jennifer. She's going to Branson. I hope you take Mike. Don't take one of them kids. You take Mike. Melba will keep him. She just raised her hand. I saw her. Okay, let's give away $250 gift card to Pioneer Woman, $50 Olive Garden gift card, a $50 Cracker Barrel gift card, a mani-pedi. I don't know what that's worth, but apparently it's something big, and 2 tickets to see a movie. Okay? Here you go. Pick one. Miss Charlotte. Miss Charlotte, you got you a gift pack here. You'll have to give us time to get that put together, but Miss Charlotte, stand that way. Most people don't know who you are. Get on top of the car. Stand on top of the car, and there you go. There you go. Okay. Hey, we got some more gift cards to give away really quick. We were going to do the whole run up here and everything, but I thought, man, somebody won't have brakes, and they'll run right through the stage. That's what I kind of thought. We're going to give away a $25 gift card to Cracker Barrel. So, when I call your name, come up here. And you might as well stay up here so we're going to get a picture, okay? If you come up here. We're going to go through this pretty quick so y'all can get out of here and go eat lunch. Whitney Mott, you got a gift card to Cracker Barrel. Amen. We got another one to Cracker Barrel. Cindy Culver, Cracker Barrel gift card. We got another Cracker Barrel. We love Cracker Barrel right here, right? Emma Miller, Cracker Barrel gift card. Now we got a Chili's gift card. Chili's, $25, fresh gift card to Chili's. Mardell, get up here, Mardell. You got a Chili's gift card. Woohoo! Now we got a Cotton Patch gift card. Cotton Patch, $25. Karen Rice, congratulations. Now we got some of those Chick-fil-A gift cards. I'm just going to give all these away. There's $30 worth of gift cards to Chick-fil-A right here. We're going to give them away to one person. How many of y'all like Chick-fil-A? Yeah, Chick-fil-A's awesome. I wish they'd build one Siloam. That'd be great. Rita Baker, woo! She got the gift cards at Chick-fil-A. Boy, OD's gonna love that, aren't you, OD? What? Don't shake your head no like that. Oh, anyway, I hope you all enjoyed being at LifePoint today. Like I said, really quick, I would love all mothers that would want to come forward. Please come forward and stand in front of the stage so that we can get a picture of all of you. Everybody else, thank you guys so much for coming. Be sure to love your moms today. We love each and every one of you. Hey, next week we're going to try to be in the church for services. So come and join us for that. It's supposed to be raining, so we would definitely want to try to get indoors. We love you guys. Pray that you have a blessed day. Hallelujah.